Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable ones, the juries, the participants of Maliki English Possible Contest, and all audiences. I'm standing here today for my speech about the matter of English psychology. Well, I start my speech. Hey youth, do you know that English is the most used language in the world? Now everything is English. Everything English. Handphones, laptops, or applications and websites on the internet, almost all of it is using English as a military language. And of course, we also often hear announcements and read information which is delivered and written in English language, so like in station, airport, mall, almost in every place. As if English became the default language in every aspect of our lives. According to the survey, at least 1 of 5 people that we meet with, of course, understand and can speak English. Because English is the first language of more than 400 million people. Even the fact is, 96% of English conversation involves non-native speakers. Only 4% of English conversation are native speakers to the native speaker. That are English facts today. But imagine that you are faced with a situation when you are having an English lesson in your class, and the teacher gets you to do some interaction, maybe just asking how are you today, or asking about the lesson, or even she makes you explain the subject matter by using English. And I believe most of you can do it easily. But how about the other little part? How about those who are still difficult even can't? The big question is, what is the cause which makes them not able to do it? So when you talk with the people in English, your brain just shuts down because you are in nervousness, lack of confidence, and are stressed. When you try to give the result to someone and say it correctly, your brain multitasks. It cannot do 2 things at once. And what I see is the brain just shutting down. And you may recognize these 3 symptoms of the brain shutting down. The first one is that your listening goes. Someone is talking to you and you're so busy thinking about how you're going to respond and express yourself correctly, you don't actually hear what people say. The second thing to go is your speaking. Your mind shuts down, and the vocabulary you do know just disappears and the words don't come out. The third thing to go is your confidence. Confidence is an important aspect of speaking. And if you're not confident, so what will it be? How will you move if you are still bashful to start speaking? You must realize that language isn't an art to be mastered, but a tool for communication. And here the most people might be image perception. Well guys, I want to share a true story which happens to me, and I hope it can motivate you. So I'm a nomad person who had moved to other places in entire Indonesia over and over, such as Sumatra, West Java, and Central Java, and I can speak with those regional languages, such as Sundanese, Javanese, and Minangese. I did not realize that I can do converse and communicate with those languages without learning any grammar. I did just imitate, practice, and train from my speaking. And I ignored the mockery which is like, you do not deserve this language. Your language is very messy. And I absolutely didn't care with that all. And the result, I can converse fluently. And my vocabulary increased in a lot of time. And guys, did you realize that we had studied this language for about 6 years, even 12 years in elementary school? And what did you get? Can you handle yourself while you are invited to communicate in English? So if you want to have a speaking fluently and correctly, you should start it with these 2 things. First, you must be confident. This is the most important thing, even not just in speaking. And don't worry about grammar. Meanwhile, speaking doesn't really need grammar. Grammar is not used 100% in speaking. The point is, I understand and you understand. Okay, second, you must increase practice and you must do it consistently. So let's do the 2 simple points because those are key for beginning your speaking. The important is we start to speak. Because why? Because if you feel comfortable speaking English without feeling shy on us, it will form psychology. Psychology of English. Psychology is probably the most important element for success with English speaking. So if you do the 2 simple points every single time, consistent and systematic, then you can communicate easily with English. Even more of that, you can communicate with every language if you apply the 2 simple points. Take my word. Because it's proven when I can converse and communicate with many languages. So don't you afraid and shy, buddy. Come with me. You will feel what I felt. And you will become a part of that 96%. You will become a part of that 400 million people. Come on, dude, let's do it. Start from now. And I believe you can. I'm Ahmad Chaniago. Thank you.